right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk all things ship. We got a shipload of content coming to you guys, and I'm just proud of myself because I'm making a YouTube video today outside of Rogue Actions. I know we've been dialing back. I gave a channel update here on kind of what's going on with the channel, and I told you guys that we are going to slow down the pace of videos. I am in a position now where I kind of want to start building back up again, so hopefully you guys can expect more than just Rogue Actions every week. And I'm happy to introduce you to my guest today. This is Stark Strategy Gamer, good friend of mine who is on Twitch. I'm leaving a link to his Twitch down below. You guys got to check out his Grand Arena content. And you are one of those guys who has been playing this game forever, and you finally just decided, I guess maybe I should just stream this crap.
Yeah, I just decided to jump in and just throw some GAC up there and get with the fun kids. So yeah, it's been great.
And I am impressed. You streamed your Grand Arena from where was it again? Like basically Antarctica?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, from Bali actually. And then
that's what it was.
While I was there, I ended up going to yeah, a little warmer than Antarctica. Yeah, but it's pretty sweet.
That is so cool. So check Stark Strategy Gamer out. You guys won't be disappointed with his Grand Arena content. Would love to help him get some more followers here for this not just good friend of mine, but also a very quality Grand Arena streams. I've been kind of helping mentor you and coach you on streaming and stuff, and I just got to say I love this setup that you got going on here. So much stuff. Man. In fact, here, let's just pop this full screen here. Look at all this. You got an Iron Man, you got Star Wars posters, you got Baby Yoda, you've got Avengers. Yeah. Like, geez, you got it all.
Good stuff, man. I got some Twilight Imperium X-Wing board game stuff. I got a surfing and a little poster from when I went over to visit Heinze over in Australia. Got the old style cap that he gave me. So I got just some collectible stuff, just some kind of set the mood, set the context. And then on the left-hand side, all my stuff I'm actually moving, which is another long story. But yeah, thanks, man.
Nice. All right, so we're going to talk about Red 5. I feel like at this point, Stark Strategy Gamer, I think both of us can probably, I'm just going to call you Stark. I'm pretty sure we could all just collectively agree Red 5 is inevitable at this point. I mean, why else are we getting the Outrider? Why else are we getting Radis? Why else are we getting now the Raven's Claw? But there's one specific piece of information that I really want to kind of highlight on and speculate on with you a little bit. I thought this was really interesting in the dev insights. Why all the specific calls to Home 1, there isn't another Rebel capital ship? And it says, what a profound question, right? And so them deciding to call this out and basically acknowledging, yeah, there is another Rebel capital ship maybe in the works. There's not a lot of surprise there, right? Because we have who? Admiral Radis in the game. And so why would we have Radis in the game if we're not going to get the Radis?
Right. Yeah, it's one of those corny CG kind of yuck jokes where they call it out like, what a profound question. I think it's definitely coming. I think the next question is if it does show up in the game, which it likely seems like, Profundity would be Adrad's cap ship, and then we would likely get Red 5. I mean, it just seems like, but we also still need, as we've talked about many times, Cubs, like we still need more ships, right? Like I was looking last night, like if Profundity comes to the game, that would be 10 capital ships, and we have, I think I counted 48 ships. So that's like less than 5 ships per capital ship. Like we just don't have enough for full fleets for all these. It seems like they want to monetize capital ships, but they forget that we actually need ships to go with it. So, but I think Profundity and Home 1 together adds a lot of potential ships that they could bring to the game, right? So Red 5 would obviously be sweet. They could also do Tantive 4 that Leia was on when she got the plans uploaded from Scarif.
That would be pretty dope.
It was actually docked at Profundity, right? So they could do that pretty easily, I think, with Leia as one of the crew. I think they've had A-Wing and B-Wing ships in the game, like in events, right, in the past. So those models are already in the game. It seems like that would be pretty easy. They could just add, like reskin one of the random pilots in the game and just say like A-Wing pilot, B-Wing pilot, whatever. Like we could actually get a crew squad, which would be kind of cool. Some synergies there. But I think, like you said, I mean, the big ship is Red 5. Like, how do we have a Star Wars game for however many years this game has been
7 years
going.
almost.
7 years, 8 years, 200 years, and we have no Red 5. I don't understand. It's like the most
Well, yeah.
iconic ship in the game, kind of, it
Well,
seems like.
we're clearly gonna get Red 5, I think, and I actually, so I think it's interesting. Let's first talk about fleet composition. So first and foremost, I agree we need more ships, but from the Rebel ship standpoint, what we're
Mhm.
looking at right now is currently in game we've got 9 Rebel ships outside of Home 1, so 10 if you include Home 1, but 9, 9 ships, and
Right.
then we're adding, of course, the Raven's Claw. So
Yep.
that's 10, and then you add Red 5, that's 11. That gives us, if you've got the profundity in the game, that gives us Home 1 with enough fleets to have 3 main fleets with 2 reinforcements, and then the profundity with 3 main fleets plus 2 reinforcements, and then that leaves 1 ship left over. So 1 would have enough for 3. And that's not even factoring in if we get another Rebel ship to work towards Red 5, which I think we very likely will. Because right now, we've got the Outrider, we've got the Raven's Claw, and that's it. Only 2 ships. And you got to think that Red 5 has got to be legendary worthy, right? So we probably need another 3, ideally, Rebel ships. And
Yeah.
that would round out 2 fleets nicely.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds great to me. Let's do it. Make it happen, CG.
Yeah. So you already gave them some ideas on what fleets to bring, although I'm confident they already have that in the works if they're doing it.
Yeah, I'm curious a little bit about the dev post. Like, I'm not sure how they have it carved out. I'm not convinced that the squad synergies they have there are maybe similar to what they used to do, where they would put GK, they would put Kenobi like as the default tank for things that hadn't released yet. It
Right.
just seems weird that those U-wings would go with Home One when they should clearly go with Adrad and the Rogue One Profundity squad.
Mm,
It seems weird to me, and also it seems weird. Like, we were chatting, like, why wouldn't Red 5 go with Biggs and Wedge? And Wedge is not even in the shot there with Home One, so it just seems weird a little bit. But
yeah.
I'm not convinced that squad synergy is the final real meta. I think that may just be a little bit of a teaser. Like, they've already done that with Inquisitors, where they didn't release the full kit. I think they're maybe slow rolling some stuff so that there's more anticipation and it's less clear what's actually coming. But that's just my tinfoil hat speculation.
Well, it kind of would make sense. So here's an idea for you, Stark. I'm kind of thinking about this. We've got in this kit that the reason this question even got called out is because there's so many call outs to Home One specifically. And so
Right.
not only are we calling out Home One, but we're calling out Home One on this new ship, right?
Hmm.
And not leaving it open. So clearly they want this ship working with Home One, not the Profundity, assuming they bring that, right? Which is, it feels to me like basically soft confirmed at this point. And
Right.
why would that be? Maybe because they are trying specifically to carve out a space for Red 5 to work with Radis's capital ship instead of Home 1, and they might loop Biggs and Wedge into that new capital ship and have these ships over here. Now, I think, personally, I think it would make more sense for Red 5 to work with Home 1, but
Yeah.
it seems to me like maybe they're just specifically trying to carve out, here's the ships that are going to Home 1, so there can be more space for them to have a fleet where Red 5 is tied to Biggs and Wedge specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's a little weird, right? Like in Rogue One, like Red 5 was a different pilot. Like, it wasn't Luke, right? So it just seems weird to me that it would be that way. But I mean, they've done stuff like that in the past. Like, we have Emperor Palpatine flying the shuttle. So, like, who knows like
Yeah.
what they're going to end up doing.
Well, they're going
Um,
to want to have incentive for you to farm the new capital ship. Like, this is in CG's DNA,
Totally.
right?
Totally.
And so if they have Red 5 working much better with the new capital ship,
Yeah.
writing's on
sense.
the wall, man.
Yeah, makes sense. They also have, with Raven's Claw, they have some of the kit, several places in the kit where it specifies a non-scoundrel rebel ally.
Mm.
So they're basically carving out Outrider and MILF already from that. So I agree with you. Like, it seems like they're setting it up to have Red 5 tied with Profundity. So I don't know exactly what they're thinking. It's not super clear, but yeah, we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's such a valuable call out, and just I'm showing this on the screen right now, visualizing. just how many times the kit calls out non-scoundrel. And we've got, let's see here, total. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different 10 call outs to non-scoundrel rebel ships. So they really do not want this ship working with the Millennium
They
Falcon.
really don't want it working with Millennium Falcon. Yeah, that seems to be the goal.
Yeah, so
100%.
it seems like we're going to have Home 1 working with this new ship, and the new capital ship is going to be all about the Millennium Falcon, Biggs, Wedge, and Red 5, assuming we get that. Of course, we're speculating here, but I don't know about you, Stark. I feel like this is pretty sound speculation, given what we're seeing here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I think it's something that we've all talked about is like, when is this, when is Red 5 coming to the game, right? It just, it seems like I would also personally love to see a GL X-Wing pilot Luke that uplifts the whole Rebel squad. But that's another level of speculation. But yeah, I think the ship definitely needs to come to the game. It's time, CG. We need ships, and we need some love for Rebels, and we definitely need an exec counter, right? Like, come on, this like the ship needs. It's been the meta for a while, and we need some chance, some solid counter to the exec would be sweet.
It kind of makes sense for Red 5 to counter the Executor, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Red 5 took out the Death Star, and the Executor calls in the Death Star, so I'm just going to connect those dots and say clearly Red 5 is a hard counter to the Executor.
I like it. I'm totally sign me up. Like, that sounds great to me, yeah.
Okay. All right, well, let us know what you guys think about all of this speculation down in the comments below. Stark, I want to thank you for joining me for the video. We got to do this more, man.
Hey, sounds great, man. Let's do it. Thanks again, Cubs.
All right, thanks again for joining us, and as always, my brothers and sisters and everywhere in between, don't forget,